IVM.
Close your eyes for a moment and imagine. What would you be doing today had it not been for your day-to-day responsibilities of meeting work deadlines and making sure your family is financially secured? Would you have been a footballer, kicking the ball around on those grassy grounds? Or would you have been an artist, sitting near a window overlooking the hills as you paint away? Maybe you crave to be a photographer. But here you are, framing a picture of the life you wish you had. But this can still be a reality. करो पूरे अपने इरादे, अपनों से किए सभी वादे. SBI Life अपने लिए, अपनों के लिए. To know more about our insurance plans with wealth creation, log on to www.sbilife.co.in. IRDAI registration number 111.
Kim Kardashian seems to have stirred up the latest controversy. Yes, she made all those statements about working hard. Is she right in what she says? Or then is that just privilege speaking? Is it as easy? Or then are people just being oversensitive and feeling judged for no reason? Do we not work hard enough? But then there's so many of us who are so damned overworked. So what's really going on? Hi, I'm Chetna, your favorite positive action coach, and this is Say No to Drama. Truth number one, work hard has a different definition for each one of us. Yes, there is no standard ISO mark type of work hard. Everyone has a different level of work hard. Everyone needs to figure that out for themselves. And usually it is aligned to your nature, whether it is the nature you were born with or what you grew up and learned along the way, as well as your goals. Truth number two, some of us are very entitled in our heads. Yes, there's no privilege in our family and there's no extra cushioning. However, because of the world that we've grown up in, because of the company that we had in school and in college and the lives that we saw of others, somewhere they may have made us believe that we are entitled to certain privileges. And when we don't get that, we fall into victim energy. Truth number three, despite working our hardest, some of us don't achieve all that we want to. And that's not because we aren't good enough or that we aren't working hard enough, but rather, along with work hard, we all also need to work smart. And a lot of us fail to do that. Now, this is one side of the story. This is not the entire picture. And really, whatever darling Kimmy may have said, if it's pulled out of context and some people are getting angry, some people are feeling judged, I get all of that. However, there are certain truths that do make her statement incorrect as well as judgmental. For instance, people in Mumbai work very hard, but that work is also burdened by 3 hours of commute. And those 3 hours of commute are added into the work hard energy. So for us, working hard involves dealing with all of that. Sure, during the lockdown, some of it changed because the commute was cancelled out. But hey, then the home chores were put in, right? We all had to take care of stuff at home, which is why I said that everyone has a different definition of work hard. Also, some of us live very cushioned lives. And yes, we are privileged. And so working hard does not involve a lot of other people may go through. Take commute, for instance. Some people have to travel 3 hours up and down by local train, whereas some will drive up and down for 3 hours in an AC car. So how can the definition of work hard be the same for both people? And are you telling me that the person who commutes by car does not work as hard as the person who commutes by local train? Another thing, and this one was called out by an influencer on Instagram, and I think it was a fabulous point because she said that the entire drama that we've been conditioned to believe that we must work hard, only then we are worthy of something, is false. And COVID and the lockdown has taught us exactly that. It has taught us that our need to be productive constantly is one of the reasons for our anxiety, for our low self-worth, for our lack of any sense of success, for our inability to appreciate our own efforts, or whatever else is happening in our life. If we are not busy, we are useless. Now, that is also an incorrect belief, right? Did you guys hear my previous episode? Yes, the one that's just before this. I spoke about how you should be taking advantage of all the benefits that your office offers you. There are certain perks that come with your job role and you should take it. Similarly, in your personal life, there are certain perks that you get being a certain family member or a certain person in your group of friends. Take it. Make use of your benefits and your perks. It's like having a credit card that gives you 50% discount in every place, but every single time you either refuse to use it because, oh, how will it look? Or then you forget to use it. You are wasting a benefit for which you are paying money or investing in anyway, right? You're using that credit card, you're paying them fees, but you're not using your rewards. That's just silly, right? Well, don't do the same with life. What are your benefits, your perks, your rewards, the leeways that you get? Make a note of those and make use of it. Now, that is also called working smart. Everyone must work hard for themselves, for their dreams, for their goals. You must put in the effort. But how much effort you need to put in, how much you want to put in, what you are willing to do, what you are not willing to do is a call you take. And only you take this call. Nobody gets to judge this. But yes, if you are doing 25% of the work, but you want 150% of the results, and somebody calls you out on it, then buddy, they are not wrong. You are. And if you are arguing and fighting with them, then who's feeling entitled? Look, irrespective of what Kim Kardashian said and the whole controversy that it stirred up and whatever other noise is going on around it on Instagram and other social media platforms, here's the thing. Living is hard work. Living a life of your dreams and desires requires effort. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Nobody is going to make the effort on your behalf. You want to live something, you've got to get up and do what it takes. Also, once you achieve your goal, you also have to live that goal. Don't forget that. Don't be the person who becomes a billionaire and then does not spend time spending that money. But statements that are made in today's day and age aren't black and white. And nobody should take them as black and white. We all speak from a space of our own experience. We all speak from what we know of life. Sometimes we agree with each other. Sometimes we don't agree with each other. And you have a choice. Are you going to waste time discussing things that you don't agree with from somebody who doesn't really matter to you, who doesn't really impact your life, just because you want to fit in? Or then are you going to focus on stuff that matters to you and actually work hard there? So was Kim Kardashian right or wrong? According to me, a little bit of both. But then again, she doesn't really make a difference to my life. And here's something that can make a difference to your life. Define work hard for yourself. Yes. In 2 or 3 single sentences, define what working hard means to you in your current life space. Align to your goals as well as your nature and understand whether you need to up it or you need to ease up on yourself. Secondly, work smart. Stop trying to do everything on your own when you can delegate. Stop putting unrealistic deadlines when you have time. Stop doing things at the last minute when you had enough time to break it down and work through it. Remember to work smart. And the third one, there is no need for you to be productive all the time. There is no need for you to be busy all the time. Neither one of these prove that you are good enough or not. There is no need for you to be overworked, and there is no reward or badge or medal or trophy waiting for you on any finish line, because you're going to overwork yourself and reach there faster. If you have 5 years to get somewhere, take those 5 years and do what you have to in a comfortable way. Sometimes those timelines are there for a reason and they have a purpose and a function. But more about that on other episodes. However, I do think I have episodes on timelines and deadlines. If you want to listen to those, you need to log on to the IVM Podcast app and website, and you need to scroll down on the Say No to Drama list. Also, if you would like to connect with me to break through any overworking or procrastinating patterns, well, DM me on Instagram to book a session. My handle is Positivity Angel.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On the Filter Coffee Podcast, Karthik speaks to 3 independent filmmakers, Guneet Monga, Sophia Paul, and Ashwin Iyer Tiwari. They dive into a conversation that is full of anecdotes, different visions, and films. Our new show, Voices for Water, hosted by Karthik Nagarajan, discusses India's Great Water Challenge. It examines the current state of availability of water in India and how we as citizens can do our bit to tackle this challenge. On the Paisa Vaisa podcast, Anupam is joined by Binal Gandhi and Sonira Sanghvi, co-authors of Piggy Bank to Portfolio, How to Raise Financially Smart Kids. They talk about the reason behind writing this book and their research findings with more than 500 parents. On the Edges and Sledges Cricket podcast, Ashwin and DJ talk about the untimely demise of cricket legend Shane Warne. They also cover the India vs Sri Lanka series. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina highlights things she wishes that we were taught when we were younger, especially for women. And on All Things Policy, Megha talks to Arjun to discuss the recent tests conducted by the DRDO and how militaries around the world are embracing quantum. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you enjoyed this show or any of our shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Word of mouth really does help us. And also, please, a rating if you could. That is also extremely helpful to us. And remember, we're also on YouTube. You can check out ivmpodcast.com/YouTube to get a list of the different channels that we operate on YouTube. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance, Bank of Baroda, India Water Portal, and Max Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Habits? Routines? How exactly do they help us get better? Well, to simplify it for you, tune in to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashton Doctor and I'm going to be here to help you get better daily with some simple, easy to do habits that you can easily adapt to your life. So tune in to the Habit Coach podcast from Monday to Friday because I believe that awesome lives start with awesome habits.